Just like you see here, we can modify the quantity of the items in the cart. We can click to decrement and increment the quantities on our line items. And if we decrement below 0, it will remove it from the cart. So this is the same behavior we want to mimic inside of our application here. So let's go ahead and add some buttons inside of the cart item. We'll have a button to decrement and increment, and then let's attach onClick. We'll pass in the function decrement quantity, and then for the increment, we'll pass in increment quantity. And these will run on click. Then we can define these functions inside of the cart item component. And here inside of decrement quantity, we'll just return a ternary. Inside of the decrement quantity function, we'll return a ternary where if the quantity is greater than 1, we'll update the item by ID and we'll give it a new quantity of -1. And then we'll call handle update cart. But if the quantity is less than 1, we'll go ahead and call a function called remove item. We'll create that remove item and we'll just return a void. We'll not return anything just yet. We'll move on and create the increment quantity function. And this function will call commerce.cart.update and we'll pass the ID of the cart item, which will destructure from the arguments of cart item. And then we'll pass it a new quantity, and this quantity will be the current quantity plus 1. Then on success, we'll call handle update cart. And then let's go ahead and update the handle update cart. This takes an argument and it takes the full response from the commerce.cart update function. So we'll need to destructure cart from the response and pass that to set cart. We can call set cart from the use cart dispatch function, and that is something we created in the context provider earlier. So now all it's have to do is increment and decrement. But we have an issue when we decrement, and that's because we called commerce.cart instead of commerce.cart.update. So if we fix that and click decrement, you'll now see that Commerce.js successfully increments and decrements the quantities of the items in the cart. Now inside of remove item, if we simply just log to the console, remove item, when we get below 1, you'll see that we see remove item in the console.